Hello and welcome to the Halftime Report here on the Barroom Network. John Buffone alongside Aldo Gondia and Tyler Ellis. Gentlemen, Bears trailing the Colts 13-3. Hope people are awake enough to listen to this. What lethargic, slow-moving, unproductive half of football that was. A lot of things to dissect here. Not a good-looking half. I'll go around the horn real quick. Aldo, I know you've been chomping at the bit to talk a little bit about this first half of football. It's been I don't know. I don't know. I just so uninspired. But go ahead.
Well, and it always points to the head coach when your team comes out and looks and plays flat. That says something about a team that is not fired up coming out of the tunnel. And so Coach Matt Nagy has to take responsibility for that, as along with his assistant coaches. But, there is – and this is not an excuse for why the Bears are trailing 13-3. But the officiating in this game is horrendous, truly, truly horrendous. And there are plays after plays that you can point to that show that there is just absolutely some incredible issues going on with the officiating. Let me share one play very, very quickly with everybody. Take a look at the tight end, Jack Doyle here. He is going to push off of Roquan Smith, push, and then get open on a huge third down play in the red zone. That's just should not be allowed, and yet the referees allow that to happen time and time and time again. It is infuriating. Now, I know I am wearing Bears colors. I am a lifelong Bears fan, so I'm looking at that through the perspective of a Bears fan, and Colts fans can say, well, what about this call? Well, what about that call? Well, frankly, I didn't see many of those calls not being called against the Bears. Everything that the Bears did, every imperfection that the Chicago Bears did, the referees called it. And yet, over and over and over again, I have multiple examples on video that I'll show in the post-game show of the Bears getting screwed by officiating. And so I'll just leave it at that, because if this game continues at that, the NFL's ears are going to be ringing. The officiating's crew their ears are going to be ringing, because I'm going to go after them with a nuclear bomb on the post-game show.
Tyler, what'd you see?
Aldo hit it on the head about the officials. But you know what, bro? This is football, and we got to play through that. We left. It's over two turnovers that we didn't take advantage of. 2 interceptions that should have been. I don't care, yo. These are excuses. Why are we playing down the competition? They beat the Jets and they beat the Vikings. If that. They lost to the Jaguars. We are not making the plays. Nick Foles made up for it. He had some throws that I did not like personally, but he made some good throws that could have been interceptions. I give credit first things first. The Colts DBs have great recovery speed, John. They have great recovery speed.
They do.
But from what I saw, I am not inspired by our hustle. We are not awake. Period. We are 1 second late. 80 goal minutes missed. These are the variables we know. We make up for it. I was going to go off on Johnson. Why did he give up outside contain? Why are we giving up the basics? Roquan got pushed off. Fight through that. What are we talking about? You are a first-round pick, bro. Why are you letting this dude make plays on you? Kyle Fuller, why are you pulling this dude and you have a safety over top? These basic things that they compound. Nick Foles could do so much. Cordell Patterson going up with one hand. What are you doing, bro? Nick Foles had a couple of plays. Yo, John, it comes down to third down, bro. Third down on both sides of the ball. Third down, we have a chance to get the first down. We don't get it. Defense, third down, we don't get him off the freaking field. These are the facts, not the emotions. We're playing down. And this is why they have us as a freaking underdog, because they don't think we're going to show up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not fired up yet as much as you guys are, because that half almost put me to sleep. But I could honestly complain about the play calling. That roughing the non roughing the passer call on Foles. I get it by the lay of the land. They can pull that back because he was blocked into it. He was going like that. When have they ever picked up something like that, though? We saw Akeem Hicks's roughing the passer call last week, and it was egregious, and he got fined for it. This guy went in and he actually hit the knees of Nick Foles. I don't care what the law of the land is. How many times do you see officials actually pick that flag up and don't call it because they want to cover their ass on these kind of things, and yet they still were able to pick up that flag? So I don't like to complain about the officiating too much because that's not why the Bears are losing. There's plenty of reasons why the Bears are losing. I think the play calling has been really bad by Matt Nagy. I think he finally got his shiny toy in at quarterback, and now it's screw the run game. What they run the ball like 8 times, 18 yards rushing. David Montgomery, who's supposed to be your bell cow, has 6 carries for 15 yards, and they're doing these jet sweeps, and they got like Cordell Patterson running upright through the A gap. He's gonna get crushed eventually by a linebacker. The linebacking play on the Bears has been terrible. Roquan Smith tried to redeem himself, but he stepped out of bounds on that interception. Like you said, Tyler, Roquan got bodied by Jack Doyle. Body. I know he got pushed off, and I know that's supposed to be a penalty, but you should not just be getting bullied by Jack Doyle on 3rd and long. There's no physicality to this game. There's no meanness to this game. There's no nothing to this game. No one's showing up. I don't see one person really showing up so far. I mean, the DBs are getting toasted. There's not really – they're a second late on the pass rush. They're getting there, but they're getting there a second late on Phillip Rivers, and they have absolutely no offensive rhythm right now. I'm not saying – and Nick Foles made some bad throws. I know that we were pumping up Nick Foles, and we thought that he should have been the starter moving forward. He left some throws on the table, but we expected that. I don't think anyone expected Nick Foles to come in and be Joe Montana, but the play calling, I think, is going to be up to a little bit of scrutiny if it continues like this moving forward.
John, right now, bro, I'm hard on him right now because I expect more, because it's basic football. It comes down to matchups. I don't care. Like, bro, we're making it harder. Just as much as I'm mad at him, bro, this could easily be 21-0. From the way we played, it could be 28-0 from the way we played. So I give my defense credit, but bro, why does every week gotta be, I gotta take medicine? Do I gotta take medicine, bro? Do I gotta I gotta crack over something? Because I'm like, yo, why do you gotta put me through this? Why do you make it so hard on you? Think about the 4th quarter right now. Get this. If we know the referees are gonna do these things, you can't make it easy for them. The flags, the helmets. My man, we got guys in the chat, they're right on point. Picking up, keep your helmet on, dog. We're losing, bro. Until we get a momentum shift, it's quiet in Soldier Field. Right now, they feel like they're at home. What are we doing? It's simple facts, bro. Play your position. Man the heck up. I'm proud of my D because they're bending. They're not fully breaking. We haven't given up a TD since the first drive. So there's hope. Nick Foles has made some good passes. Like, I'm like, all right, bet. It was one good one to Allen Robinson. That one that got tipped. Allen Robinson maintained concentration, got it in. Those tip passes could be interceptions. So there are some things to take away. But I'm like, yo, I'm sick of we're neck and neck and neck. Blow these dudes out.
Yeah, and if there were fans at Soldier Field, they'd probably be booing right now because that was a terrible half. And I appreciate the comment that I saw there that I'm being Mr. Positivity. That might be the first time I've ever been called Mr. Positivity on any of these shows. So we're playing a little good cop, bad cop right now. But yeah,
let's switch rooms.
Yeah. It's just I'm like this because I have never been so underwhelmed ever watching a half of football. You're not prepared to play. Patterson taking his helmet off. He is a vet. He's not a rookie. He knows not to do that. We're seeing a lot of mental errors. These guys, I don't know if they weren't coached up through the week. I don't know what the deal was, but no one's playing with any fire on this team. You have an opportunity to go 4-0. You got bumped to the national game in the afternoon. And what do we always see the Bears do on national TV? They make us look like jackasses because they come out and they play like that and they say, well, we told you were a bad 3-0 team. So they need to come out with a little bit of fire in the second half because they got a lot on the line. I know that this 3-0 and this is not going to make or break the season, but holy crap, you got to make a statement at some point. This is the first actual good team you're playing, and if you play like this, you're not going to get any of the cred that you want, any of the adulations that you want, because you're playing like garbage. You're uninspired. Like you thought you were just going to show up and beat this team. What part of this year has been any part of that? They've had to come back in every game. I guess we could be talking about that again at the end of the game, at the end of this game. But I'm so tired of being the first half. It's just like, why is this team not prepared out of the gate? Why do they have to get punched in the mouth for 30 minutes before a light goes off and they start playing ball? Why can't they come out strong? It hasn't happened yet. Am I missing something, Aldo?
Well, no, you're not missing anything. And somebody in the chat room said, the officials can't be blamed for the lack of run blocking. And that is definitely true. While I have applauded the pass blocking during the course of the game on my Twitter feed, the run blocking has been abysmal. The stats say the truth. 11 yards rushing on 17 yards rushing on 11 attempts. That's a 1.5 yard average. That is unacceptable. And I can't explain what it is other than the Colts do have one of the best defenses in the National Football League. In fact, and statistically, they're ranked number 1 in a bunch of areas. Now, people have been saying all week, yeah, but look at who they play. Well, it doesn't matter who they played. When you do it for 3 straight weeks, that means you're dominating. And so this defense is good. And so right now, what we need are halftime adjustments by this coaching staff that are going to result in positive yards on the run game and the pass game. Something has got to happen here with first the coaching staff and then second with the players fired up, ready to play a half of football that's going to make us Chicago Bears fans proud. Because right now, what we saw in that first half was a flat football team, was a team that we can't be proud of, and an embarrassment to the city of Chicago. That was unacceptable. Unacceptable.
I mean, he's upset. Aldo's definitely upset. And I feel you, dog. I feel you on that. Bro, just like step up, yo. At the end of the day, the Jets, the Colts got most of their interceptions against the Jets anyway. The second half's about to start. Yo, let's go, fellas. Hey, yo, let's do it again.
Do it again, guys. We will be back here immediately after the game for 4-quarter coverage of what's going on, and we'll hear from the coach and the starting quarterback. So hopefully you'll join us right here on the Barroom Network.
Thank you.